Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. A couple years ago, I had a colleague who English wasn't his first language, and I helped him look over a medical leave form that he needed to fill out. And as I was looking at the form, it hit me that our employer doesn't really want to help Bill. It looked like the form was needlessly complicated. It was basically a barrier to discourage people from using medical leave. That's putting it really generously, by the way. And even then, that was probably one of the best medical leave policies I had ever seen. And even that was needlessly complicated. And I kind of put that on the back burner in my head until earlier this week. I had gone to, you see, I am autistic and I control my autism really well with diet. A lot of venues don't allow you to bring outside food in there. I had gone to a bowling alley and I had gotten into a minor discussion with the owner. And so here in Arizona, just like the rest of the United States, bowling alleys like that are supposed to provide reasonable accommodations to people like myself. The problem is that having to voice it out, I went there alone, right? Had I gone there with a date or with a group of friends or even with my colleagues, it would have been a very uncomfortable discussion. I don't necessarily want all of those people to know that I am autistic. So basically, it's a way for them to legally still prevent people from bringing outside food, right? Putting a high enough barrier. It just goes against the spirit of what reasonable accommodations should be, in my opinion, right? Now, how would I handle if I were king of the world? How would I handle reasonable accommodations? Well, for the food issue, I think the bowling alley, if they really don't want people to bring outside food, they should serve food that 99% of people are going to enjoy eating, right? Does anybody need to enforce that I go to, I love Sprouts Market here in Phoenix. They got a lot of foods that are suitable for me. Does anybody need to put a gun to my head to make me go in there? Right. Now, keep in mind that no matter what they serve, there's probably always going to be a segment of the population who can't eat it, right? There are segments of the population who literally can only eat one thing, probably, right? You can find a lot of YouTube videos, people who are allergic to sunlight. The best way to handle that, use the honor system. Because anything short of that, you're just going to put a spotlight on what's going on. And if occasionally, if somebody sneaks food in there, if they're not hurting anybody else, what's the big deal, right? I mean, if they're eating in a way that's messy and gets food everywhere, yeah, do something about that part of the equation, right? All right, just my thoughts out there. I really feel that the quote unquote reasonable accommodation to allowing you to bring outside food, it's only a reasonable way for them to avoid being sued. It's not really a reasonable accommodation to people who actually need to bring food. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.